SkIZZO FAM for life.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy WIZZY the creator, aka Prof Star Amo, aka Amos. Welcome back to the Modiversity. Welcome back to SkIZZO FAM Recordings. Now, the topic of today is motivation to study. You might be there sitting, you might be there standing up, you might be there lying on your bed, you might be there on your couch, you might be there sitting in wondering what is it that you are doing wrong, and why is it that you cannot overcome it. You're asking yourself, where did your motivation, where did your energy dissipate to all of a sudden? I need you to understand one thing. We are human. We tire. We get tired. And now we gotta keep on moving. We can't stand still. We can't be stagnant in our daily endeavors because time waits for nobody. I see you there, stressing. I see you there, asking yourself so many questions where it's hard to even answer them or to receive answers. Welcome to Motivation to Study. In all you do, you just have to give it all you got. Give it a 3,000%. I know you got so many things happening there. Assessments, work, life, family, whatever. At the end of the day, you still want to achieve something. You got your own goals, you got your own dreams. You cannot sleep on those. Not even in the slightest. Where you are from is necessarily near where you are going as far. If you give up now, you'll be inflicting harm on yourself, because giving up would mean that you are just comfortable with your old life, and whatever that you desire, it doesn't matter anymore. It means you are ready to revert back. You're not moving in this life backwards. We are moving forward. The road may not be vivid as yet, or the road might be confusing with many turns and signs and all of those type of things, tunnels, railways, or many directions, where you might end up not even knowing where to turn. The only thing separating you from your desire or your dream is your faith. How bad do you want it? What is it exactly that you want? How is your willpower integrated into what you want? Because at the end of the day, your willpower is the one that will set you free. You gotta be willing to stand up. You gotta be willing to fight for yourself. You gotta be willing to look at yourself. You gotta be willing to do self-improvement. You got to be willing to stand up, pull your socks, dust the dirt, and keep on moving. You gotta be willing to give it all you got to achieve your goals. The difference between the most successful people and the people that are not successful, the ones that are successful never gave up. What is common in the two between those ones that are most successful and those ones that are not successful? What is common is only one thing. All of them had a feeling of giving up. they failed. All of them encountered failures. But those ones that are most successful, even through plenty failures that they cannot count, they still kept on moving. They held on. They held on, like literally. It's because they had a bigger picture. They paved their paths. They trust the process. Now, I want you to understand that those people trust the process. They have faith. They have a bigger picture. They paved their path. They know what they want. Even though it might be difficult to move, they kept on striving to move, layering. They did layers. They knew that from here to there, I need to do this. I need to integrate this type of skills in order for me to advance into that level. That's layering, mentioned in the old video too. Those people necessarily do layering, where they stack up all the skills. Some are old skills, others are new acquired skills. Because mind you that in order for you to get to the next level, you have to upgrade. I emphasized this topic of evolution because now as human beings, all of us have a common value, which is evolution. All of us. We might not have the same, or we might have different purposes, but the one that we can say that we have in common is evolution. No matter how different our life journeys are, we are all prone to evolution. Get up, stand up from where you are. Never be comfortable in this life journey. Never settle for mediocre. I feel like if you know your intrinsic value, your personal worth, then you know that by any means you'll be doing yourself bad if you settle for mediocre. You know what you want. Deal with your fears to get what you want. Because I know like 99% of us, when we are about to pursue a new endeavor, what happens is that we come across this fear. We come across this voice that tells us that we won't achieve it, or the fear that we might not achieve it and we will disappoint somebody, or the fear that we will turn into laughter, people will talk bad about us. But then I need you to understand one thing: whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, whether you succeed, whether you fail, people are always gonna talk. As much being said, look at it like this: you got to be willing to fail. I'm not saying fail isn't like anticipated failure. When I say you have to be willing to fail, I'm talking about the will of drawing motivation in your daily failures, because those motivations are the ones that are gonna propel you towards success. That's when you're gonna succeed. Necessarily, you have to have a bigger picture, pave your paths. Know what it is that you desire. Put your intrinsic worth in it. If you are hungry for something, you will do necessarily all or by any means to get it, isn't it? Let me make a silly example. Back in the days when you wanted that nice pair of jeans, what you would do is that you would lie literally to your family, telling them that there's expensive, or there's payment that needs to be covered in school, so that you can get that nice expensive pair of jeans, something like that, for example. Because you wanted something bad, you made action, you took action. So now, how about you integrate it with a clear, full-grown head on? That if you desire something that benefits you and the people around you, why don't you do by any means to get it? Be immune to all those negativity, all those loud voices in your head that tell you that you won't do it. Your toxic friends, your toxic surroundings, be immune to those type of things. Because a human is unique. Like literally, a human is unique to a point whereby a human can necessarily achieve anything they think of, anything they imagine about. Let's make an example. Albert Einstein. How many attempts did he take? How many trials did he take? How many failures did he encounter? A lot. Like guys, I want you to understand one thing. I know like it is hard sometimes to wake up and go out there and grind. Sometimes you just feel tired. We're human, we tire. And though we shall rest when we are tired, but we should not rest forever. We should get up, grind, keep on moving, keep on pushing until we get whatever it is that we want. I don't know how many times I have failed in order to achieve all the skills that I necessarily acquired, or to master all the skills that I necessarily mastered. In a period of 3 years, I evolved 120 times. I failed how many times during that evolution? I lost count. I faced how many mental breakdowns thus far? Is it 80 or 40 or 50? I even lost count. But what remains today is the mastery of the skill that I acquired. With this skill, I can necessarily attack whatever problem that comes. Why? Because I have willpower. I have the will to stand up and move even though I'm tired. I have the will to wake up in bed every morning or night or midnight and grind even though I don't feel like it. I have the will to necessarily achieve whatever I put my mind to. I have the will to feed my hunger for more. Because to me, I have this code that says that never set a house or never build a house in your journey where you are supposed to camp. And that one there has contributed to most of my, the best desires to achieve things that are deemed impossible. For example, this year I achieved the cum laude in science. I'm talking about science. Science, the one that Albert Einstein was busy doing there. Or whoever scientist contributed to biological science. I got a cum laude in it. It's not because I was born intelligent, no. It's not because I am naturally intelligent, no. That's not the case. If I can tell you my life story, you won't believe it. I used to struggle in primary school. Academically, I used to struggle like nobody's business. But due to my perseverance and my endurance, my willpower, my hunger for more, I never gave up. And I'm sitting here today with this happiness in my heart that fills my heart, happiness that comes from personal fulfillment. And that there satisfies my intrinsic worth. If you want to achieve something, work harder, work smarter, and you'll get there. Yep, peace. Yeah.